He's the head coach of the Kentucky Wildcats, and they rallied from 18 down to beat Florida. It's good to have him on after a win, John Calipari. Hi, Coach. How are you?
Yeah, if we had lost, I wouldn't be on it, but that's just another story.
How you feel about?
You know that Tuesday we were up 17 with 9 minutes to go against Tennessee and lost.
Yeah.
This season has been nuts that way. Crazy. Teams get up 17, 18, 20 and lose games. Teams get down that much, they come back and win. It's nuts. It's this tournament, normally in the NCAA tournament, if you get up 15, 16, the game's over. Not this year. It won't be.
Is your job easier or tougher than it was 10 years ago?
Well, I'm at Kentucky, so I've had 3 different jobs. Really 4. Probably didn't know this, but they fired me in the NBA. But
hey, that job is open again.
Oh my gosh, it did, didn't it? And I thought he was doing a good job too, by the way.
Yeah.
But what I would tell you is that if they go to this transfer rule where you can transfer without sitting out, I'm happy I'm at Kentucky because it won't have that kind of effect on Kentucky. But if you're at a mid-major program where I've been most of my career, you're at a lower major, lower Division I, any high school kid that you're recruiting that can really play, you're preparing him for the next coach.
Oh, boy.
So you end up having to recruit junior college players or grad transfers or, kids that are just okay. But I heard a great story, and this is what you should have heard when you were playing, Dan, okay? Guy says to me, I heard Dean Smith go to a basketball clinic, and he looked around the room and he said, listen, if you're a player and you think you're Division I, like you did, your coach thinks you're Division II, which your coach did, then go Division III. So the kids think of themselves in a totally different way than anybody else would think of. And so that is going to change this game. And I don't have the answers yet because I haven't spent time on it. But kids are going to play and play well and then call Kentucky and a couple schools and say, can I finish up with you because I want to be XYZ. I just see a little bit of a disaster on the horizon with that. Then I said, if coaches tamper with another coach's players, he should be fired, even if he does it through AAU coaches or high school coaches, and does it a roundabout, get the phone records, figure it out, put the dots together, you're fired. But they said, the coaches came back and said, well, then all the bad guys will do it. And I said, well, the option is we have our business cards in the handshake line after the game, and we're giving each kid on the other team our business cards. I mean, you got to do something.
Yeah.
So we've got something that's going to make our game not better. And I'm for kids. Like I'm for it. I think kids should leave early if they want to out of high school. They shouldn't do the baseball rule. Let them go out of high school, and the kids that come, if someone grows to 6'11", let him go after a year. But what do I know? No one listens to me. My kids don't listen to me. My wife doesn't listen to me. No one listens to me.
I'm listening to you.
That's all you're doing. That's what's wrong with you. You sick?
No, I just listen. You're a guest. I'm listening to you.
You're not a good listener, so stop it.
Yeah.
You're not a good listener.
I let you speak. I listen.
Or do you just wait for me to stop so you can make your next point?
Yeah, I just wait till you run out of breath, and then I go, okay, now I can do it. Now I can do it. And I even brought up how much money the Kentucky players have made in the NBA. I mean, you love that topic.
Yeah, we don't talk about that $2 billion.
When Anthony Davis, when he first got to Kentucky, he wasn't ready for the NBA then, right?
Well, his high school team had won 7 games that year.
Yeah.
His junior year, they won 6 games. He went from 6'3" to 6'11", in a short period of time. When he came on campus, our college president at the time, Dr. Todd, grabbed me because he said, that is the greatest family, mom, dad, this young man. And you know what's great, Coach? He's going to be here longer than 1 year. Anybody that skinny, there's no way.
Yeah.
And I said, Dr. Todd, he won't be here more than 1 year. So when you looked at him, you didn't think so. He played like he was a guard, which he does now, but we had him where he would block shots, could play next to the rim, could play out on the floor. We put him in the high post, top of the key. We made him master stuff. Could he have gone to the NBA and been fine? Probably. But why not do what he did and walk into the NBA as, what he was, which is he's ridiculous. Can I ask you this? Where's the talk of him for MVP? Why isn't there – he's had 30 in 5 straight games, and no one's talking about Anthony Davis for Player of the Year. Now, he's fine if other players on the Lakers are doing well. He'll defer. But I watched them against the Clippers. His ability to block shots, change shots, and still play, pass, make threes, score around the goal on tip-ins because you can't guard him. He's too quick. And he can guard 5 positions. Why isn't he in the equation for MVP?
No, it's a fair point. No, it's a fair point, and maybe he wins Defensive Player of the Year. I think that if he plays well, then they'll win the championship. I think he's that valuable to the Lakers. I think LeBron has just overshadowed him because what he's doing at his age. We love stories, Coach. LeBron at 35 as a point guard leading the league in assists, and they're going to challenge the Bucks for the best record in the league. That's a great storyline, and sometimes storylines win MVPs. Anthony Davis is getting lost a little bit.
And the Greek Freak is playing well, and there's probably 2 or 3 other guys. But if they win, it should be he or LeBron, either one. And you don't know how it's going to finish. If Anthony strings together 10 or 15 30-point games in a row,
yeah,
I mean, you got to start saying, wait a minute, what about him?
Yeah, he's been, but I got to keep him healthy, and if he stays healthy and plays at the level that we think he should, then that's why they'll win the They'll win the championship because of Anthony Davis. I think that LeBron is the MVP.
Right.
If that,
you're right.
Yeah,
that's pretty. That's like somebody that's knowledgeable about basketball saying that.
Thank you.
Get that from somebody.
Thank you, Coach. Yeah, Jay Billis gives me everything there.
Oh, yeah, okay.
In the last 6 years, were you ever offered the Lakers job? Now that it doesn't matter, but were you ever officially?
No.
You never were? Was it close?
No, I was never offered the job. No.
Even when Anthony Davis was going there, you were never contacted?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Why wouldn't they contact you?
Because they figured out what they want to do. And let me tell you, Frank Vogel is an unbelievable coach, especially in that environment.
Should be coach of the year.
Exactly the type of coach. Yes.
Yeah. Done a wonderful job.
And I thought he did a wonderful job in Indiana too, by the way.
Yeah.
He was playing with 2 big guys, and I sat down with him to say, talk to me about how you're doing this pick and roll stuff with these 2 bigs, and he's good. He's good.
Well, also, people assume that you're going to the Lakers, you got to have this big name with the Lakers. And I said, no, the last thing you need is that. You just need somebody who can kind of be calm in a storm there. Yeah. And I thought Frank was perfect.
I'm a calm guy. I'm a calm guy.
You couldn't do 82 games.
Let me say this. Now I'm going to see if you followed sports at all.
All right.
The Yankees hired Joe Torre. Everybody was up in arms. Up in arms.
Yep.
And now he was exactly the guy to manage that team for those years in the situation that they were in. A lot of times that's what it is. When Phil Jackson took over the Bulls, he came from Albany. He was a CBA coach in Albany. He wasn't like this name. He was, people knew who he was, but he coached Albany, for God's sakes. He didn't come from the Pistons so a lot of times it's the right guy in the right place.
How's the voice there? Is that tournament voice, or are you under the weather? I'm worried about you.
I got a little bit. I'm hacking a little bit, and normally I get this when the season ends. I just break down my body too hard. You go in, you don't slow. So when I stop, my body just. But as I get a little bit older, it hits me a little sooner. So I'm getting it now. I'm like, I told my wife, what is going on? I look at her, I tell her she's getting old. What are you getting old for?
Can you win the national title this year?
I think there's about 30 teams that can win the national title.
But you got to be good for 6 games, Coach.
Okay, here's what I say. There's 2 things that I've done every year. I hate to give away trade secrets, but since it's just you and I talking.
Hold on. I'll write it down here. Nobody's listening.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
First of all, you got to win 8 to 10 games in a row in your season at some point, so your team knows mentally they can do it.
Okay.
That's one.
Right.
Why do you try to win 8 to 10 in a row or 12 in a row or more so 6 in a row is doable, okay?
Right.
Second thing is you better have a team full of players that 5 to 6 of them have scored 25 in at least one game. Better if it were multiple games. So if you have 5 or 6 guys that had 25 in a game, they know in the NCAA tournament, I can do this. I've done it before. So that you don't know in these one-game stuff what happens. So somebody on your team may have to get 25 to get to the next round and then worry about the next round then. But you got to go and get on a little run to create separation. So every year I'm trying to say, do we have 5 or 6 guys who have scored 25 a game or 25 in a game? If you only have 2 and someone else has to get 25 and that dude gets 16 or 18, the mentality is I've never done this before in my career. Now it becomes hard. I may be wrong. I was fired by the Nets, but that's my story, and I'm sticking with it.
Can you win the national title this year?
I think we're one of 30 teams that have a chance.
All right. That inspires a lot of confidence.
and I'll tell you, I'm loving this team I'm coaching, and I like that where we are going in. I hate tournament play. You know what I tell the guys? If you're going to lose in a tournament where we got to play 3 games in a row, which does nothing for you for the NCAA tournament, lose early. Don't lose in the championship game where we had to play 3 in a row, and now we're in the championship, and now you lose. If we get to the championship game, your butts better win.
So you're going to throw your first round game in the SEC tournament?
Don't throw it. I'm just telling them. Now, me having that mentality, you could probably look it up, but we won a whole lot of tournament wherever I've been because I'm not worried about the tournament. The tournament is about seeding in the NCAA tournament. And if your guys are doing numbers, the guys on the computers, they can tell you what it's been. But, those guys work anymore. They're sitting there eating popcorn again.
No, they're listening. Let me see. Are you guys listening to Coach?
It's a good show. Good interview.
Oh, okay, great. Thank you. Seton, you listening?
Huh?
Wow.
Yeah, he's not listening. Fritzy?
You said something about Anthony Davis earlier.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Okay.
McLovin, you listening?
What was that number? $2 billion they've made in the NBA?
Yeah, $2 billion. Yeah. Man, I'd love to continue this conversation, but my guys are bored, Coach.
I don't want to continue.
I gotta.
Please tell me.
Yeah.
Are we done?
Yeah, we're done.
Are we done?
Let's do this again.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, next year. Maybe the following.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks
Maybe we'll do it in studio.
That'd be nice.
No. You have no shot. I'm not coming to the studio.
All right. Just
None.
a shot. I took a shot. Hey, good luck. Good luck in the SEC tournament.
Dan, always good talking to you.
Thank you, Coach. That's Coach Calipari. Always entertaining.